good morning, and welcome to another episode of Mental Health Live Chat. It is Saturday, 4/25, 2020. Hello, Crystal, Rosie's Closet. Welcome, welcome. We just got to wait for a few more people to come in. But disclosure, I might have to mute a lot because my kids are being absolutely positively obnoxious this morning. At least it's not the birds. they never are quiet. Oh, can you guys hear?
Yeah. There's something you can't do something about the birds. I was telling Destiny that just brings back so many memories, and I'm so glad I'm over with that part of my life.
I'm telling you, it's crazy. Like, they know I go live every Saturday, which is no big deal. You know, usually they're out with Tommy fishing or whatever, but this morning they didn't want to get moving. And so they decided that they were going to be slow. And so they didn't get to go fishing today. So now they just want to come in and out, in and out, in and out. And it's like, okay, just be quiet about it. And of course, they're not being quiet. They're being loud, very, very loud. Hello, Buying Space. Welcome, welcome. I think that's Myra.
Yes.
Good morning. Reseller, Denise. I was reading the wrong one.
I'm here.
She is here. Beth is here with me today. Good morning, Denise. Blind Neil, welcome, welcome. Thank you. So yesterday I actually met Blind Neil. I'm actually gonna pull up his channel.
I've never met Blind Neil. Hello, Blind Neil. Is his name Neil?
I'm not sure. I saved some of his videos, but his opening video is very interesting. Like his like introduction video on his channel is very interesting, and I give him mad props. It is awesome. It was definitely an experience that I've never could positively ever say, yeah, I know what that's like, because I have no idea. But I recommend everybody to watch it. Let me pull up his channel and drop his link. But I still have to get in and finish watching the video. I ended up, our decal business is like booming right now. So every time I go to try to sit down and watch somebody, I end up having to do a bunch of decals. So it's hard to follow along.
That's awesome.
But yeah,
that's a good problem to have.
What's that?
That's a good problem to have.
Yes, very much so. All right, here we go. Okay, so I was trying to find Neil's YouTube page. I did drop his link in chat, so please, everybody, go check him out. Like I said, his opening video, what I was able to see, was very intriguing and it was like a spin on, not a spin. I'm trying to think of the right word. He shows you how he sees, if that makes sense.
Okay, so he is blind.
Yeah. Okay. And it was just so intriguing. It was something I've never seen before. And the way that he did it, like you could understand better how he demonstrated it. And it was awesome. He's like, just a mostly blind guy from Northern Ontario, Canada. Well, welcome.
I still have family in Ontario. Let me go over and subscribe to him, and I'll try to.
And then, of course, we have Miss Beth with me this morning. Reseller Rowboat. She is awesome. If you do you have your link handy? You can.
No, but I can get it. I'll drop.
Awesome. And then let's see. Let's get in here and see who else is here. Hello, Alexis. Thank you. Let See, sometimes it's just it's hard to go back and forth, because sometimes my StreamYard stops the chat, so I have to like get it to act normal.
There's Derek and
hello,
Jennifer.
Derek. Hello, Jennifer. Alexa says hi. Hi, sorry I'm late. I love your hair. Hi, good morning, Reseller Rowboat. Hope you're swell. Good morning to everybody in chat. Thank you. You know, Saturdays are the only days that I really actually dress up, like put full makeup on, stuff like that, because I feel good. And I think it's because I do these in the morning.
I'm underdressed for this show.
Well, I have a t-shirt on.
Let me go get my ball gown real quick. That's how I feel right now.
I mean, today I woke up and I felt really good, and so I just thought I'd put on some makeup today, and I had to wash my hair because my hair was doing some crazy things. I was not going live with my hair looking the way it was.
I washed my hair and I have not done anything to it. Just brushed it out. It's totally straight, flat. Gonna put headphones on anyway, so.
I have a natural curl to my hair, and so when my hair is really short, it like looks like an afro. And so I try to keep it long, so it pulls the curl. And so sometimes my hair just likes to go. It looks like I stuck my finger in a light socket sometimes. And so yeah, it's I had to watch it.
I love them too. My sister-in-law gave me a whole bunch. She works for home health care, and she had a whole bunch of extras, and so, you know.
That's awesome. I love scrubs. I love wearing scrubs. They are so
I love the pockets. I love the pockets.
Yeah, and when you have stuff in your pockets, it doesn't like push down. Like if you have like your phone in it, it doesn't like it's not heavy. Where if you're wearing like a hoodie, it pulls it. Your phone pulls it down. So, hey Derek, thank you for joining. You should go check out Blind Neil's YouTube page. I dropped his link. Maybe you guys could maybe chat since you both have the blind thing going on. I thought maybe you guys could connect and maybe do something or talk or have somebody to lean on type thing. And so, yeah, my brain went blank and I apologize.
Amy's here, Hot Mess Thrifter.
Hello, Amy. Amy saw my hair this morning. I talked to her this morning. She's like, "Oh, your hair looks like mine." I'm like, I brushed it and pulled it up, and she's like, "Oh." So I was like, "Yeah, I need to go wash it, get it doing what it needs to do." Hello, Dad's Vintage Garage. Welcome. I am trying to catch up in chat. I think I'm caught up with everybody. If not, please, just say, "Hey, you forgot me," and I will definitely.
Neil says, I don't know if his name's Neil. I'm assuming it is. It says that he makes some neat foods and stuff too.
Oh,
so I'm looking forward to those videos.
Right.
And are they carb free, Neil? Because I'm on paleo right now, and I thought I saw something about carbs in your. Oh no, that was me. I was looking at my own. Just ignore me. I don't have my glasses on. I was really trying to avoid this, but I'm going to have to do this. So I was really trying to avoid this. Well, these need to be clean. So anyway. Sorry.
I tried putting my glasses on, and I don't know if it was.
I mean, you can only blow the window up so big. That's as big as I can get it.
Hello,
Denise Canes.
Welcome.
Hi, Denise. I have two Denises here.
Yep. Denise C. and Denise Vulture the Dumpster Diver. I hope I said that right.
Can I shout out two people that aren't probably here, but today is Wade's Ventures birthday and Greg
Oh,
DuPage Picker. If any of you are resellers, if you would do me a favor on behalf of Reseller Rowboat, go over to their social media and wish them a great day. That would make
sounds
me very
good. Happy
happy in
birthday
them
to
too.
them both. All right. Trying to catch up with chat here again. So Dad's Vintage Garage said he's quick stop by getting ready to cut down a tree at the end. Be very careful. I just watched the people across the street from us cut down some branches and it almost hit a car. So be very careful. I'm sure you are, but just be careful. Please. You're awesome. Oh,
Neil said he's a skinny guy. Oh my gosh.
I don't follow carbs and stuff.
I just showed Destiny a picture of me and my wife when we were 17 and 18, and I was as skinny as a beanpole.
He said, but some of my stuff should be healthy. Ouch. Hey, is Fishing and Picking in here?
Yes.
Hey, Fishing and Picking, guess what? So yesterday your channel kind of got thrown out there because Jacob, and I can never say his last name right, he's been on the Saturday morning show here. He was listening to, or he was promoting my channel, and because of the mental health stuff, and he saw you and Dwayne's conversation and he cracked up. He absolutely thought you were awesome. So you should start putting some content out because people will absolutely love you, just like everybody that knows you so far. So he was going to go sub to your channel, but yeah, you didn't have any content. But yeah, I absolutely love when Fishing and Picking comes in because he cracks me up. Oh, okay. Denise is anything is possible. Did you change your name?
What are we talking about?
Denise Vulture, the dumpster diver, or is it? Because I know her as anything is
possible.
Yeah. So I don't know. Maybe she's got two channels and I just didn't realize it. Oh, she has two channels. Does. Okay. See, I get so confused sometimes.
Yeah, she's just signed into this account. That's why it's coming up that way.
Okay. Well, I mean, she's been in here before, obviously, because she was a wrench.
Oh my God. Okay.
Like I said, what can I say? Sometimes you never know what's going to come out of my mouth. And I'm having a good day today, so Gervais is laughing at me. It's all good. It's all good. I'm laughing with you. Neil says whole wheat English muffin cut in half, add cheese, toast in an oven top with a basic boiled egg, low fat salad dressing mixed on top.
I can't have that. I can't have 75% of that. I can have the egg. That's it. Dang it.
Dad's Vintage Garage says, what are we breathing today? Lots of giggles. I'm just in a really good mood today. Oh, Tommy's out fishing. He might pop in. Oh, I need to pay attention here. We have somebody in the back room. Sorry, Amy. I love you. I'm sorry.
It's okay. I was only there for like a minute.
Okay, so I forgot to drop the link at the beginning of the live, so I do apologize, but I am going to drop the link for anybody else who would like to join us this morning and share your story. But I'm in a really good mood. And see my hair, Amy, my hair. It looks
you see my hair?
Better. I like it. Yeah, both of us had some crazy hair this morning.
It took me longer to do my hair than it took me to take a shower.
Yeah, but you have really long hair.
I
I
do.
remember those problems. I remember having that. Real quick, Dapper Tiger, welcome. I didn't call you Kitty this time. That's your wife now. And so Sam, I added some decals on Baby on Board because your wife was asking about it to our eBay decal store, the Prints by TBE. So she can go check it out. I actually will pull that up so you have the link. I found one that would be perfect for you guys. Just let me pull that up because I'm a little bit slower today.
When you're done with that, I want to ask you a question about your vinyl business.
Okay. Here we go. So here's our Prints by TBE. It's a little harder to type this time. Prints by TBE, eBay store, paste, and send. But I'll actually show you. I think I'm just going to show you because it is a cute picture.
What does TBE mean?
The bargain effect.
Oh, duh.
It's all good.
I was thinking Tommy B. E. I was like, Tommy, well, I was like, where's the D for destiny?
Well, when he was coming up with the bargain effect, we were trying to come up with something with both of our initials, and it wasn't working, and so it didn't sound right, and so I had to complete that one. Whoops.
Amy says her earbuds aren't working.
Oh no, it's okay, Amy. It's all right. Just come back in when you get them working. Oops, what did I do? Okay. I have to make that one live. I forgot to make that one live. My bad. Here I am telling them, I found one perfect for you, and then that's fine. I don't care. All right, here we go. And so we decided to go with TBE for the printing one, and then the bargain effect because of the fact. Have you heard of the butterfly effect? It's kind of like that, but for you give somebody a good deal, they're going to be happy about it, and then they'll pass on your information, and so on and so forth. And then because he's a bargain, he wants to sell things at a bargain. And so but this is the one I found, Sam, that I thought of you and your wife for what your little one coming. And so I thought I had it active before, but I had to activate it, so I apologize for that, but it is in the store now. Let's see. Hello, Sonia. Welcome. I kind of got sidetracked, so I think I missed somebody, but I'm not sure. If I did, I apologize. But let's get right to it. So how is everybody doing today? How are you doing, Beth?
Hey, it's the weekend. So I've already been messaging with my boss this morning, but after that, I turned my phone off finally. Like, nope, it's the weekend. I'm not doing it. So I'll turn it back on later just to see. But yeah, kind of feeling like I'm on call 24/7 right now.
Oh, wow. Yeah, we've been.
Yeah, this situation right now in our country has really affected our business. It's making things very, very difficult to handle. So yeah. I've been neglecting my business, because. So yeah, I've been very stressed. I put up some videos about that.
And you did drop your link?
Denise slept in. I did too. What?
I was up bright and early. Probably the first time in a while. Usually I want to sleep until about 9. But this morning I was up about 7:30, something like that. Tommy went live with a couple guys this morning. And I was up, but I was like kind of like still laying in bed type thing. And so, hello, Christina. Welcome, welcome. Oh, gotta get down here.
I did want to ask you about your vinyl business. Like when you do a T-shirt, for instance, you cannot do multiple colors. Is that right?
Depending on what I can do colored vinyl, different colored vinyl, and I can do sublimation. Which is how sublimation, you can pick however many colors you want. So
yeah, because I'm thinking about getting some reseller robo T-shirts to give away, and I was always told that you can't do like my logo, that cannot be done in vinyl. That I would have to do, I guess, screen printing or whatever.
We don't do screen printing. What we do is sublimation.
Yeah, I know.
And so because with sublimation, it becomes part of the material. So it doesn't fade, it doesn't chip, but you have to use a certain material. You have to use polyester.
See, there's my logo right there.
All right, send it to me and let me see what I can do. Okay. Just send it to me on Facebook or wherever. And let me see what I can do. I can come up with. It's kind of hard to see it on the screen, but let me see what I can do. I was able to break down Anthony's logo and build it back up, and was able to do his out of vinyl for his decals, for his shirts, or for the vinyl for his shirts. Like this one here is a vinyl shirt. Let me see.
Oh, okay.
This is vinyl.
Oh, okay.
And it's a thinner vinyl. And yes, it took a little bit for me to get all the detail, but it was so much fun. I love weeding. So it's.
And so if you do that, would you print all the shirts at one time, or can I order them as I give them away, or
order them? No. They're done. Like if you order 3 shirts, I do all 3 shirts and then send them to you. If you order 20 shirts, I would get all those done and send it to you. Or if you wanted 1, I would do the 1 shirt and send it to you. I would save the information on my computer, and then anytime you needed a shirt, you just let me know. And
some new people showed up in the chat here.
Hello, Aunt Kelly. This is my auntie.
Oh, okay.
I love you, auntie. Did I miss anybody else?
Christina. I don't know if you saw Christina come in.
Hello, Christina. Welcome, welcome. That decal, I saw that you said that it was a QT. As soon as I saw that one, I thought of you guys right away. Thought of you and your husband right away.
That's cute.
Because last week I accidentally called Sam. Yeah. I accidentally called him Dapper Kitty when I was meaning Tiger. And so now his wife is Dapper Kitty, and then they have Dapper Kitten on the way, and he is Dapper Tiger. So it's cute.
Not to be mixed up with Joe Exotic.
Exactly. Christina says, hashtag self-care Saturday. I'm soaking in a nice bath while watching. Just don't drop the phone.
Yeah, I was going to say that. Or the computer.
Yeah, or whatever you're watching us on. Please don't drop it. It would not be good. But self-care is very important. Very important. Oh, my auntie loves me too. Sam, Sam Exotic Joe's straight Asian brother. Oh, Christina says, it's all good. I got skills. I'm going to write that down because that would be a really cute shirt. Let's see if I can write this. And I messed up my arm somehow. Working.
Bye, Alexis. Have a great day and get lots done.
All right, Alexis, thank you for stopping. Much love. It's all good.
Paddle on, girl.
Oops. All right. I did something to my wrist while we were gardening. And so I have this huge lump here that won't go away, and it's affecting the rest of my hand. So when I write, I was lifting bags of soil, and I don't know what I did. So I was supposed to call the doctor yesterday. I forgot, even though I wrote it down in my book. And I put it away.
You should have seen me on Wednesday. I had to go into the office, and I told my boss, because I had a therapy appointment via Zoom and a CBT. And I told him, I said, well, if you want me to come in early, I got a doctor's appointment at 9 o'clock. I'll have to do the doctor's appointment while I'm at work. And I said, it's going to be from 9 to 10. And he's like, a doctor's appointment takes an hour? And I wasn't going to tell him I'm going to therapy. And I said, well, sometimes they have to put me in a queue, and then they have to put me on hold, and our doors are clear. And so he kept walking by when I was in my therapy session. And I was just like, go away. You don't want to see me when I'm in therapy, but it's weird.
So my aunt says she wants a shirt that says Nurse Lives Matter. I wrote that down. Dapper Tiger Sam, who is a retired doctor, says it sounds like I have a Bible cyst. And he explained that the old wives used to hit the cyst with the Bible to break it up. Let me tell you, I have a metal. So I looked it up because I wanted a home remedy that would help. And I couldn't find anything, but I found out because I have a plate and screws in my arm. Okay. They had to remove a ganglion cyst twice. The second time around, they did something to this bone, and it ended up in here, into my wrist. And when they took the partial cast off, I walked over a baby gate holding plates, and I ripped everything in my wrist. So they had to go in and fix it. So I have a plate, and that was about 11 years ago when that happened. And I never got it removed, but they were talking about that people can get some type of cyst from the actual plate that's in the arm, and that I probably should go have it removed. But sometimes people get it, sometimes people don't. I don't know what it is. I just know that it is now affecting the use of my hand, and it's driving me nuts. And I'm a lefty on top of it. So
I want to hear the walking over the baby gate story.
What's that?
You said you walked over a baby gate?
Yeah, I stepped over the baby gate holding plates. It was when my kids were real little. And when I walked over it, the plates in my hand, because my wrist wasn't strong enough, and they never told me that I had to be careful. They said I was good to go. The weights from the plate that I was holding in my hand, when I crossed over the baby gate, I ended up dropping all the plates. Like, it was too much pressure, and it bent it all the way back, and I ripped everything in here.
Mhm.
And so that was very painful, and they had to go in and fix it
I know
surgically.
what that's like because I have no strength in my right hand from my arthritis, and so I don't want to touch anything that's glass because I'll drop it. That's why everything I have is in plastic. But pickle jars scare the shit out. Excuse me, scare me to death. Picking up a pickle jar, I'm just know I'm going to drop it and break it. Anything like
Yeah,
that.
I'm losing strength
I,
in
I
both of my wrists, so I can relate.
mhm.
I get it. I don't know why, but over the years, like I was a cheerleader. I had strong arms and legs and everything, and the older I get, the more strength that I lose in my hands and my wrists and my arms, and so it stinks. I hate it. Sonia says someone's knocking at the door and it's 2:30 a.m. and I slowly open the wooden door to find the cat climbing up the wire door saying, "Please let me in. It's raining." Scared the crap out of me. I would believe it. I would believe our cat jumps on. So when she goes outside on the porch, because she doesn't like the outside. She won't have anything to do with the outside. But we have the net lights for like Christmas and stuff up on over our window, and our house is set up really weird. We have a big bay window um, between our living room and our porch. It's really weird. And she will take that net light and she'll slam it on the door or the window frame. And that's her knocking to let us know that we forgot her out on the porch. And so she has scared us numerous times in the middle of the night when we're watching TV and all the lights are off because we thought somebody broke into the house. It's crazy. Cats are silly. Denise C says, that's us, Beth. Most everything in my kitchen is not breakable. I drop things because of my arthritis. Wow.
Mhm.
Hello, Gary. Welcome, welcome. Okay, so before I forget again, drop the link.
And I don't even hold a fork tightly anymore. Like I don't like to pick up things that are metal, glass. I don't know. I drop things all the time. My wife will tell you. She's like, she was really worried at first. I think she thought maybe I was getting MS or something, but it's just the arthritis.
Yeah, that's crazy. Oh, hello, Dwayne. I did not see you snuck in. You snuck in. I just happened to see somebody else say hi to you, and I'm like, Dwayne came in?
He's unusually quiet.
Yeah, I know. Usually
he comes in with some booming, announcement.
Right?
He just put space, blank space.
Yeah, ganglion cysts tend to come back if you've had it once. The plate could be irritating you, or all the work stressed out your wrist and caused some swelling. Then the swelling forms into a cyst. Yes, and it happens. So I've had the plate, like I said, for about 11 years. And I think this is like the third or fourth time that this has happened. And so it's driving me nuts this time. Like it gets worse every time, but massage it and gently moving your wrist to pump the swelling out. It will go away. It takes time. I know it. And that's what I've been doing. I had a heating pad on it the other day because it was so intense that I couldn't sit at the computer. I couldn't do nothing. Like I couldn't do any decals. I couldn't do just it was horrible. And I need my hands for the decal stuff. And so it's I just need it to go away so that I can
Dwayne hadn't had his coffee yet, so he's not very spunky right now.
Go get your coffee, Dwayne. But yeah, so how is everybody in chat doing this week?
Amy says go to the doctor.
I know she's been
It's kind
yelling
of
at
hard right now.
me and her have been telling each other to go to the doctor. Okay. All right, Sam. I'm going to have to figure out what that word is. But I'll write that down because
Yeah, they had to cancel my eye appointment as well, Denise.
oh no. Yeah, it's so I don't know about everybody else, but in Wisconsin, our stay at home extended to the end of May. And so a lot of smaller towns who haven't been affected by what's going on have been saying forget it and started opening up their town again. They're just cautioning people to use common sense.
Well, it's happening here in Houston, and we're huge. So
Yeah.
starting Monday, we have to wear a mask in public at all times. They're starting to open up some of the businesses gradually, like hair salons.
Yeah, Illinois. I just saw a news article stating that as of the 1st of May, everyone is to have masks on when they go out in public. I can't do
Ours is a 30-day order.
Yeah, I can't wear a mask, and I can't breathe with them. I
In
tried.
fact, if Crystal's still here, I bought some masks from her.
Oh, yes, she does make them.
I bought some for my parents too. I don't think my mother will go out. She has leukemia, but just in case, I want to make sure that she had a really good one that she could wash and put a filter in and everything. Because crystals have pockets in them, you know.
Yeah, Crystal, if you're still in chat, drop your link to your store that you have your masks in.
It's an Etsy shop. I know that. It's Rosie's Closet, I think.
Yeah, I think I can't remember which exactly what it's called. I'm horrible with that. I try to remember. Sometimes I get even our Tommy's stores messed up. So
and on Facebook, she's Rosie Crystal, and you can message her on Facebook too. Adults are Rosie Crystal. Adults are $8.99, and that's shipped, and children and toddlers are $7.99, I believe. And they're really well made, and she donates too to healthcare workers for everyone that she sells.
Yes, I mean she's. I give her mad props. I don't know how to sew, and at this time, I wish I knew how to sew, but I am not coordinated enough to sew. I have a sewing machine that I've had for years. Had it for years, and I still don't know how to use it.
She is sewing and cutting fabric from the minute she wakes up to the minute she goes to bed right now. She is constantly doing this.
Okay, so Sam says, my concern about going to the doctor again is if they cut again, it's only going to make you weaker. Yeah, I need my left hand. I'm a lefty. I've had enough surgeries that lots of surgeries. I did not know you guys were in Illinois. You guys are not that far from me, obviously. We're up by the Wisconsin Dells, Sam. Denise C says she is homebound. Sonia says, I got my cortisone shot on Thursday and feeling much better and able to do a lot more psycho sucks online through autocorrect. Online though, but I'm determined to get my left shoulder back so I can work properly. Yeah. I'm glad you got your shot. That's awesome to hear. Um, and Christina says she's been sewing a bunch too. Made a bunch of masks for family and friends. It's a lot of work. Yeah, and she does. She's constantly working. Um, so I give her mad props as well. Moss and glasses don't mix very well. They fog up. Really frustrating. Um. Oh, masks. I had to. Sorry,
I was just gonna say, what does moths have to do with that?
It took me a minute. I'm sorry. Sorry. Yeah, I got a mask sent to me by
I mean,
a friend.
I feel like we're all gonna be walking around looking like Darth Vader.
Right. Right. She said I got a mask sent to me by a friend that has really pretty butterflies all over it. I love butterflies. Autocorrect hates her tonight. I'm at. She's not enjoying wearing masks because they don't work well with glasses. They fog up. Yeah.
There's a meme going around about that.
Oh, it happens. It happens. Uh-oh. Crystal had to go get allergy medicine.
Oh, Crystal, we've been talking about you the whole time you've been gone. We've been talking about your Facebook account, your Etsy shop. Is your Etsy shop called Rosie's Closet? We weren't sure. We're talking about the masks that you make.
Yes, if you could drop a link to your stores where you're doing you're selling your masks that you're making, please do. That way, it's in here. But it was all good, Crystal. It was all good. We weren't talking
Yeah, it was all good.
We love Crystal. She's awesome.
There's nothing bad to say about Crystal.
No,
I can't think of one thing about Crystal. Crystal is just the bomb.
She is, and she's always so cheerful and happy. And I love going and watching when she's live because she's knowledgeable, you know.
And when she has her little bandana on, her Rosie the Riveter bandana, it just makes me want to cry because my grandmother was a riveter, and during the war. And I always think of my grandma whenever she's wearing that.
I hope it's a good cry because I love good memories. And also, Crystal does a live on Thursdays. Yes. Please forgive me. I don't remember the time. If you could put that information in as well in chat. That way people can go check you out as well. I know it's about autism and stuff like that, but she talks about mental health also there. Like when I go in there, she's chatting about it as well. So, yeah, Denise, she is a very sweet person. Absolutely love her to death. When Tommy and I and the kids end up moving out to Vegas, she's going to show us the ropes, which is really awesome. So we just have to wait till all this stuff is.
So it's going to be a soon move.
Well,
fairly soon.
Hopefully, if everything goes right. But we've been wanting to move for a bit. And every time we get to the point where, yes, we're moving now, something comes up and we have to postpone it. But one of these days, we're just going to pack up and be like, nope, we're doing it now. So, okay, so Crystal's live is at 9:30 a.m. PST, Autism and Disability Chat. Oh, I don't know what's going on upstairs. It sounds like something's going to come through the floor. They're moving something up there, the kids. But I'm glad they're not being really loud. And then Crystal says also, thank you. Please message me if you order because I have a ton of orders and I don't want your orders to get lost. So anybody who orders from Crystal, please make sure to message her so that she can have you on her list so she doesn't forget about you.
A lot of people to keep track of.
Yeah, for sure. I can't, like I said, I wish I knew how to sew, but me mentally, I can't stay focused long enough to do that kind of, like I can sew a curtain, which they don't match, but I was trying to get it to see if having them up would help with my lighting and everything. But I can sew kind of a straight line, but they're like real big gaps, just enough to where it's closed and I can hang it up. Um, yeah, I have a sewing machine I have no idea how to use. Um, Crocheting. My mom has tried to teach me for years how to crochet. I can crochet a long line, and that's as far as I can go. I am not
I
very
I
comfortable
can
with
I can crochet anything, but that's about it. And I'm going to look for something that I want to share with you.
All right.
Speaking of my grandmother, so
Oh, that's awesome.
but just keep on talking until I find it.
All right. Well, then we will go through messages and see if I missed anything because I don't like, people to feel like I skipped over them in any way. And if you guys do have questions or anything, please put a couple question marks before and after so that I can see that. And if you'd like to join us, I am going to drop the link again. That way, if you want to join, you can join. So Sonia says, I can I can sew, but I don't have the time. So I get my 15-year-old daughter to do it, and I pay her for it. Fixes holes in clothes and makes her own doll clothes. Amazing. That is awesome. So my son's learning how to sew now. I can't teach him how to sew because I don't know how to sew, but he's figuring it out on his own, and that boy can sew. So Tommy, who knows how to use a sewing machine, when we get it unburied from my mess closet, um, is going to sit down and show him how to sew. Hello, Kim. Welcome, welcome. Sonia says, I prefer to knit. One of the many things that my mom did actually manage to teach me in a motherly manner. Yeah, my mom taught me or tried to teach me, and I didn't get the hang of it. Crystal says I had a business a while ago making custom pageant dresses. One of my swimsuits was on toddlers and tiaras. Wow, I tried watching that show. I just I didn't understand why mothers would do that to their babies. And so I couldn't watch it, but that is an awesome thing if it was, with it being on there, because there's a lot of people that watch that show. They really do. And so that is pretty wickedly awesome. Denise says, I love y'all's bunches, but I gotta go. I've not been sleeping because of my pain. I've had a very rough week, so no rest makes it worse. God blessings and everybody.
Sorry, Denise.
Much love, Denise.
Have a great day, Denise.
Yes, go relax. That way you can feel better. And Tommy's been feeling pretty icky and not sleeping real well, but it's probably a lot to do with the weather change. Is that what you're thinking, Denise? Real quick before you head out, because I know our weather has been crazy. Like yesterday, it was in the 60s, and then this morning it was like in the 30s, and it's supposed to be climbing back up. Let me see. It is. Let's see if I can get my phone to. It is 55 degrees now, but it feels way cooler than that outside than it was, or that what the temperature is saying it is. But our wind has died down, which is nice because we had really high winds, and so you go outside, and it was like you're gonna get blown off the face of the earth because it was so strong. Hello, Larry. Welcome, welcome.
Hi, Larry.
So yeah, it's been crazy, but the wind has died down, which is nice. But for some reason, it feels colder today than it did yesterday, and it was really windy yesterday. So I don't know. I don't know how that all works. I don't understand it. We joke around that Mother Nature's forgetting to take her bipolar medicine because that's how crazy our weather's been. Mood swings.
Okay. Can I share this? I'm not sure how I do this. Hold on just a second.
There we go.
Oh, but that's...
Oh, yeah. If you're looking for what
No, that's not what I want. Stop the share. That's not what I'm looking for.
Okay.
I don't know how to get rid of this. Oh, I see. You have to go to application window. I don't see it. Sorry.
That's all right. Bipolar.
Just keep going. I'll figure it out.
All right. Bipolar. Sonia says,
there we go.
Bipolar weather. We've had some really beautiful.
Do you see that?
And now it's going to rain for the next 24 hours, expecting 20 mil. Then sun's meant to come out again.
Okay. Do you see that?
Oh, yep. Here we go.
Okay. That is a blanket that I crocheted for my mother. And that is my grandmother's photograph when she was about 18 years old.
Oh, wow.
I took a black and white photograph of my grandmother, and I crocheted the photograph into the it's crocheted. The whole entire thing is crocheted.
Awesome.
That was her Mother's Day gift. And so when she got leukemia, I wanted her to be comforted. So I thought, this is something you can wrap up during chemo, and your mother will be holding you when you wrap up in that.
That's amazing. That I wish I had that.
That's my favorite thing to do. That's called a Tunisian stitch. You use a very, very long needle. And it took me about a year and a half to do that. I just can't crochet anymore because, no, it's not C2C, it's Tunisian. And, I just can't do it anymore with my arthritis. And I have one right now that was in the middle of making of my dogs for my wife, and I just can't do it. Can't do it.
Yeah, everybody in chat's like, oh, wow.
Yeah.
Nice work, Beth.
Yeah.
Is that
so? And then when my mother passes, it will go to me. So I'll have my grandmother with me, wrapped. I'll be wrapped in her as well.
That's awesome. Like that's amazing. That is really amazing. Hello, Texas Val. Welcome.
Hey, Valerie.
She said, I'm at the lake laying out and listening to you. Well, soak up some warmth for us, at least for me, because I'm freezing. Usually I have a sweater on, but I didn't want to put one on today. I should have, but okay. So, Dwayne's got a question. My question for the day: why does the sun lighten our hair but darken our skin? What? I have no idea what that word is. Of course, I have no idea what that word is. I have no idea why the sun lightens our hair and darkens our skin.
Well, is it from the mela whatever in your skin? Whatever is it called?
I don't
know what it's called. It starts with an M.
Sam.
I want to say melatonin, but that's not right.
Sam, we need an answer.
Is the tiger here? Hey, Melissa Cape, how are you? haven't seen you in a while.
Well, welcome.
It's not melatonin, but it's the other mellow word.
Or Dwayne says, or do you need a silencer if you are going to shoot a mime? What?
Do you lay awake at night and think of things like this, Dwayne? Like, really? That's what Google's for.
Oh,
Melanin. Thank you, Melissa. Melanin.
I still don't know what that word means. So I just know that me personally, when I go in the sun, I am white, like white. I burn, I peel, and I repeat.
I burn, I tan, and then I peel, and then I repeat.
Tommy does too. Like Tommy, okay, so this past week, Tommy's been doing a lot of fishing. He does his work in the morning, and then he goes fishing. Well, his hand that he uses to cast the pole, he was all red right here. It's all tan now. Within like, he gets home and he's like, ooh, that stings a little bit. Next thing you know, it's already starting to tan. Like he tans really good.
Mm-hmm.
Not me.
Sun bleaches your hair and skin absorbs the rays. There you go.
That's why my hair gets lighter during the summer then. Well, that makes sense. I don't know. It's kind of weird. Kim says, that sounds good to me, Rosie. You got it.
Dr. Crystal.
It's crazy. You know, my kids in the morning, they listen to the radio station here. And they always have the question to ponder of the day or question of the day to ponder. And some of their questions are crazy. I found one that my son gave me, but now I lost it again because I don't know what I did. I probably threw it away by accident. But some of their questions are really crazy. And I'm almost tempted to start like having him write it down with the answer. And then on Saturdays, having, reading the question off at the beginning or putting it in the chat a couple times, and then at the end of the live, giving the answer. I think that might be fun. But he'd have to write them all down for the week, and then I'll have to pick the best one. Sonia says, I believe mothership, but has to do with the proteins in your hair that makes it go lighter. And I don't go darker. I turn into a lobster when I get burnt. Yeah, redheads and sun do not mix. I don't know why that is. I wish that I could get a real nice tan. But no, I turn into a lobster as well.
Bye, Denise. Okay, Dwayne. Dwayne's just full of them.
Much love, Denise. You have a great day as well. Oh, boy. What is that word? Why isn't
phonetic
spelled the way it sounds?
Phonetic, it means that it's spelled the way it sounds, or it sounds the way it's spelled. That word phonetic, that's what that means. But phonetic is not spelled that way. But it kind of is, because PH is got the F sound, if you think about it. Dwayne, we're getting a little too deep here.
Why are there interstate highways in Hawaii? Just to make you think, Dwayne. I think that's what it is. Neil says,
Do
I
we
don't
know
get.
there's interstate highways in Hawaii?
Oh, hey, the siren's going off.
Do you
I
need
don't
to
get.
head for cover?
No. It's noon. It just tells us that
Oh,
it's noon. They always the siren in town always goes off at noon, and so it's just lets everybody know that it's noon. And then what they do is they'll put a notice on the scanner page and stuff like that, saying like when they're doing their testing and stuff. So
mhm.
if you hear it, because it's a test page type thing, and
Mhm.
so when there's a tornado spotted, it goes longer and it has like a little bit of a different tone to it. So it's kind of weird, but that was just us letting everybody
Hearing that just
know.
must be so scary. I
I
can't even imagine.
I grew up with the sound because my dad was on the fire department, and so since I was little, I've always known that sound as the warning and stuff, because it's usually it's attached to the fire department, and when they get fire calls too, sometimes it'll go off depending on how severe the fire is. My dad's pager, like we'll be in a store and I'll hear somebody's fire pager go off, and I'll look for my dad because that's what I always did when I was growing up. And now my brother, so when my dad retired from the fire department, he was fire chief. And so when he retired, um, he got rid of all his fireman stuff, all his fire department stuff, which made me very sad because I wanted it. But anyway, my youngest brother Michael, he joined the fire department when he turned 18. So him and my dad got to work on the fire department together. So now my brother, who has been on the fire department since he's 18, he's 30. He was born in 88, 1988. So he's working his way up to become fire chief. And we're the town that we grew up in. So I'm very, very much for the fire department. I'm a big supporter of the fire department, and um, but I'm just so used to hearing it. It's not real scary for me. Even when we have the tornadoes that go through, it's not scary to me. But I think it's because of the fact of how I grew up. Um, Neil said I don't get out in the sun a lot, so I take vitamin D. I don't know about Dwayne, but I know me personally, and maybe Sonia, maybe this is going on with you too, because I have red hair and I have very pale skin. My body doesn't absorb vitamin D from the sun. I am on 50,000 IUDs 3 times a week because my body doesn't absorb vitamin D like it should. And I don't know if that's all redheads or if that's just me in general. So it's even then, if they take me off that amount of vitamin D, my vitamin D drops down below 10. So I have to stay on that. I've been on it for like 4 or 5 years now, where it's been that high of a dose because my body just doesn't absorb it. So I don't know if that's a redhead thing or if it's just me.
I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing at Dwayne.
Okay, one more. Why do
Kamikaze.
pilots wear helmets? What? Oh,
Where are you
Dwayne.
getting this from, Dwayne?
He's probably Googling it.
Yeah, probably. Do we know kamikaze pilots wear helmets?
I don't even know what
It doesn't matter if they don't want people to know they're kamikaze pilots. I don't know.
What is that? I'm gonna have to look it up because I have
A
no.
kamikaze is like a suicidal pilot that's going to go crash their plane to kill people.
I would probably have to say guessing by what it is. Probably not. They probably don't wear helmets. All right. Our fire alarm in our town goes off at 10 a.m. every Sunday morning to make sure it still works. And of course, if there's a fire.
In case they change their minds.
Oh, Desmond to the garage is getting into this. Also, do they have parachutes? So Kim asked, do you notice a big difference if you stop taking your vitamin D? Yes, I do. I get very, very tired. I get very, very, I don't know if somebody get whiter than I already am, but I really look like a ghost when I don't take it. My energy levels are way down. It affects my mental health. Like I don't know if it's just a coincidence or what, but for me, I know my mental health when my vitamin D is low, it seems more agitated. Like I seem more agitated. And it might be because of the fact that, I'm tired and I'm, just wore out and I don't feel good when I don't take my vitamin D.
Yeah.
And it varies from person to person on how your vitamin D levels will affect you. But my vitamin D levels, when I stop taking my vitamin D levels go under 10. And nobody's really been
I
interested.
don't think that's typical of a redhead. I think that's something typical of you.
That's why I was asking, because I know Dwayne is a redhead and Sonia's a redhead. So I just wanted to make sure. But I know it's very important to have vitamin D. Your vitamin D levels need to be in good shape. But none of my doctors have ever really been interested in trying to figure out why my body doesn't absorb vitamin D like it should and why it doesn't stay. And it doesn't take long after stopping it for my levels to drop. Sonia says that I take vitamin D tablets for the same reason. I have the same issue. Plus calcium and iron. And Dwayne said I periodically have to take vitamin D boost as well. So, I mean, it's probably because we burn, so we don't like to go outside all that much because of the burning of our skin with the sun. But Kim says, my husband is supposed to take 1 huge dose per week of vitamin D, and he stopped for months. I keep getting on him to take it again. Yeah, if his energy's down and stuff, I would me personally, I would probably do the same thing with Tommy. Now, but Tommy doesn't have a vitamin D deficiency at all, but my son does. So he's got to take 2,000 every day, 2,000 IUDs a day. His isn't as low as mine, or doesn't drop as low as mine, but it's like that borderline where they want to keep it up. So he's got to take 2,000 IUDs a day to keep his at a good level. I unfortunately have to take a lot more. And then Fishing and Pickin' says, I'm part of y'all's leprechaun team or club too. I have reddish facial hair, but nowhere else. Okay.
TMI.
Oh. So, okay.
I always get a stomach ache when I take vitamin D.
Do you?
I don't know why. Yeah.
Oh, see, yeah, I don't know. Is that like would that be classified or what did they? I can't remember the term that the doctor used or told me, because I have that. My stomach I get severe pains from bananas, so I don't eat bananas. And I love bananas, but I can't eat bananas because I get severe pains in my stomach. And the doctor called it something, and now I can't think of what it's called. So I'm wondering if it's the same with vitamin D for you.
No.
No, but I can't think of what it's called. Okay, so real quick, so there is a redhead club on YouTube. It's kind of funny. So
Yeah.
Dwayne,
Fishing and picking. Go join it.
right? So it's Dwayne, Mothership Products, me, it's Darlene, and there's a couple other people, and I can't think of off the top of my head that, see, I'm horrible sometimes. And now Fishing and Picking is part of that club, which is awesome. Neil says, I get skin issues when mine is low. Yeah. Like what kind of skin issues, Neil? I'm just curious. You don't have to say it's all good.
I don't know. Would it help my psoriasis if I took it again and just put up with the stomach aches? I mean, I literally double over when I take those pills.
Yeah,
that's how bad it gets.
Yeah,
and I've tried eating. I've tried eating first. I've tried doing it on an empty stomach. I mean, I've tried different ways of taking it. So
yeah, I would talk to your doctor about that. Let them know. And it's an intolerance something, but I can't think of the word that they.
Oh my God.
Intolerance. So, holy wow! Hold on one second. I need to mute. I have somebody pounding on my door. I'll be right back.
Fishing and picking. That is TMI, dude. TMI. If anyone wants to come into the chat, Destiny put the link up there, I think, towards the very beginning. I was saying you are a ginger as well. Wake up, everybody. No more sleeping in bed. No more backward thinking. Time for thinking ahead. The world has changed. Isn't that the truth? The world has changed. Are y'all anywhere? I'm in Houston. If anyone else is opening up businesses next week, some of ours are starting to open. 30-day mask order is in place starting Monday. Who is 200? Who is 200, Crystal? Sonia, I didn't realize you were a redhead.
All right. Sorry about that. I had to go answer the door. Ooh. Pounding. It was just a kid's friend. I'm like, okay.
You need a sign on your door. I am live. On air.
I think
on air. Get you one of those neon on-air signs.
Right. Hello, Patties. Welcome. AKA Charlie. Hello, Paul. Welcome. All right. Let's see. My chat went all crazy on me over here. So give me a second to figure out where I was at before.
What does that mean, Crystal? He was your 200th subscriber, or is that what that means? Pat, are you doing Instacart a lot right now?
Okay, I think I'm back to where I was at before. I'm good, Paul. How are you doing? Kim said, wow, really, Neil? Never realized how important vitamin D was. Vitamin D also helps with cancer, like preventing cancers and stuff from what I was reading and what I was told. When you burn, your body uses up that vitamin D to heal you. That's probably why I stay sunburned for a lot longer than normal, because I don't have any, except for the the pills I got to take. Oh boy, fishing and picking. You are hilarious. You still have red hair though. Using more.
That sounds like Pat.
And you can absorb. Yeah, I'm just trying to catch up. Okay, wake up, everybody. No more sleeping in bed. No more backward thinking. Time for thinking ahead. The world has changed. Yes, Pat, very much so. Hello and good morning.
Hello. I had to look at my hair. I haven't even brushed it yet.
Oh God! If I looked like that when I woke up, I'd be so happy. No.
Thank you.
I mean, your bangs are super straight. They're not all like mine or
Yeah. I don't know how that happened.
awesome.
How are you ladies?
Doing good, doing good.
That's
Wow.
great.
I have to do bookkeeping today. I'm like 6 months behind, and I've been ordered to do this by my wife, so we can get all this stuff turned in. Ugh.
So are you I don't even know what all you do or what all your wife does. I know very little about you, Beth.
Yeah, I don't know that much about you either. And yet you're one of my favorite people, so it's
Well,
strange.
I very much
I
enjoy
so much
your
enjoy
company.
talking to you. I tell people all the time, I got to talk to Heather today. She's so nice. We both have full-time jobs. We're in the legal field. I got thrown into it. I was an ex-school teacher, homeschooled for 25 years and taught for 25 years. And I didn't homeschool for 25 years, but you know what I mean. And so we both work from home right now during this junk. And and then I have my reselling business. So
You
it's
are
crazy
very
over here.
busy.
Yes.
Very busy.
And I have another grandson coming May 4th down the road, and I'm not going to be able to be there, and I'm so bummed.
Oh, that,
And yeah. So if that's why I do bullet journaling, because I have all these different things in my life. Plus, I kind of do caregiving I'm kind of on call for different people, and it's nuts. But it's good because it keeps me busy, and I don't think about my OCD as much.
that is good. Yes,
That's basically why I commit myself to so many different things. Right now, I'm reading to my niece every day via Zoom, and we call it story time with Aunt Beth, and I read to her, and you know.
That's great. Yeah, there's something about distraction that can be very useful.
Mm-hmm.
Help you get. From what I am seeing in the world around me, is everybody's getting burned out on the quarantine, and just kind of the general attitude of like, okay, we can do this, we can hang in there. It's really starting to slip away.
Yeah, we went to one of our favorite restaurants last night that we always want to keep it open. They've been open for 50 years. And they did this thing where you call in your order, and they said it'll be 25 minutes. We got there under this canopy. They say, "Oh, this is us." They go, "Okay, go park in parking space number 6." And then we just sat there, and car after car after car kept coming in, getting their food and leaving. And we were just sitting there, and there's just 2 of us, 2 orders. That's all it was, and a quarter margaritas. And I found myself getting extremely upset, you know, and I thought, you know what? I need to calm down. I mean, this is not normal for this restaurant. They are forced to do this to keep open. So we just have to be very patient with them, and not get upset. And then when we got our food, well, there was no queso in there. So then I had to call them again. I said, "You didn't put the queso in here." And I was trying so hard to be patient, but you just have to. Everybody's on edge. And I found myself getting more on edge, and I'm ready for it to be over. I never thought I'd want to go back in the office 2 days a week, but I'm ready for it to get back to normal, because every day is something different that I'm not used to, and I'm just,
yeah. I had a similar thing happen on Monday. A friend that I've known since junior high was having a drive-in wedding, and so Yeah, all the way from it was 80. Hey Pat, on the freeway. It was we have construction going on right in our county on the freeway, but got past that, and like I said, 80 all the way, which was really wild. Um, I but so I know the town that I used to live in way better than where I am now. And so I was driving around looking for something to eat, and that was kind of a joke. And I ended up going to Great Harvest and getting bread. But then I went to the drive-in wedding, which was different, but it was good. And then came home during rush hour, and again 80 all the way, and it's like this is just too weird. Because usually, especially during rush hour, you're like, woohoo, I'm up to 50. So,
Here it's been not really been a big change. Everybody's been out and about, and even though our stay-at-home order was extended, I mean, we have people protesting. There was protest yesterday, and our governor is looking at getting sued and lost. I mean, it's crazy. It's really crazy. And I look at it this way. Nothing's changed for us here in our house. We're still doing the same thing that we did before. The only difference is we can't go to the buffet that we normally go to, which is a little irritating, but at the same time, it's okay, so we're not going to the buffet this month. So what? We've done it before. Well, we can do it again. But it is what it is,
Yeah, I imagine my wife will be here another month. But for me, I imagine that my boss is going to start back up 5 days a week, and my assistant, who's usually there 3 days a week for me, has to homeschool these children who have no school for the rest of the school year, which means I'm going to have to go in 5 days a week, and I am not looking forward to that at all. So, because the drive in for me is at least an hour, and then drive home, and then I don't have any time to do my business, and so hopefully it won't take, by the time he does that, maybe there'll be 1 or 2 weeks of school left. So I'm hoping.
Fishing and Pickens got to go.
Bye, Fishing and Pickens.
He has a virtual graduation to attend, and he's not wearing pants.
Thank you very much for that.
Have a good day, Fishing and Pickens.
That's great.
Hey, Gina.
Charlie, aka Pat.
That message could have came from Dwayne too. I mean,
no, wait.
So, Pat, are you doing a lot of Instacart, Pat?
a lot of everything. Yes.
Okay.
There
Do you do Grubhub?
But no, I do Instacart, and I'm busy with eBay and Amazon.
Okay.
Amazon's been really busy.
Valerie is doing Grubhub, and she's making a lot of money on Grubhub instead of DoorDash.
Well, there's an order that just came up now if I wanted to take it, but I have things to do. Like $43.90, $22.20 for 40 items, which is good because I always try to get around 70 cents an item, so that's around $1.10 an item. But it's a 17-mile. I would have to drive 15 miles to the store, but it is back in my area, but still. Dwayne wants to know, how do you know I'm not wearing pants? Because you're sitting 10 feet away from me.
When Fishing and Pickin' and Dwayne are in chat, you know it's going to be a good time. Those two, I am telling you, those two are hilarious.
Maybe they have to get their own show, a no pants show. No pants, no brains, something like that. But
I love how it accidentally stand up.
Yeah.
Sonia says, Mothership, why would you ask the question? LOL. We all could not be wearing pants. You never know. Hello, QM Kisses. Welcome. Ian, welcome. Thank you for all joining. Did I miss anybody else?
Destiny, I haven't talked to you in a long time.
I know, right? It's been forever, it seems. Been
About
so
2 months.
busy.
I was just giving Heather hell. I haven't heard from her in a month.
I've been thinking about, I need to write a whole list of people I haven't talked to and sit down and check up on everyone. I was thinking about, I need to check in on family, even, my cousins. And my sister and I take turns calling our mom, and it's her turn, so I got a reminder.
Now, Kim says the Easter cart here is a ripoff. Apparently, there's only one store we can order from, and they're well, I don't know. What do you consider price gouging? Do they put 15, 20% on top of the price of the store? Yeah, but that's how they have to pay the driver, and 40% of the money is made from tips. So, it's just like anything. We used to have people who used to come to the restaurant and they could complain about a $15 steak when yourself you can go to the store and buy, 2 steaks for that. You're just paying for that convenience. So I'm not sure what you mean by that.
They've never gotten a steak from Ruth Chris, then at $15 is a lot.
Yeah, it's all, uh-oh. I'm echoing on.
Oh.
Did you hear that? Sounded like
I did.
Like a monster came out.
Oh, no.
Beth, it looks like you're wearing scrubs. Are you wearing?
I am. My sister-in-law gave them to me, and I love them. I love the pockets. They're comfortable.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw you guys on. I'm trying to convince my wife to come out, and I have to, but she doesn't want to. She doesn't want to leave the house. She doesn't want to be seen in public with P.T.S.P.
Dwayne and I went to Home Depot, and oh my gosh, that was a mess. Having new rules to follow for shopping, and then we got like half of what we went there for, and decided the insanity was more than we could handle and left. Oh, where'd he go?
Popped himself out.
Just refreshing. Yep, now he's back.
Yeah, he's still here.
And
who, me?
Yeah, you popped out.
Oh, I did?
Yeah.
Is that a schnauzer you've got there, Beth?
Oh, I thought you meant me.
Well, we don't know what she is. We did a DNA test on her, and they said she was part Great Dane. So I think this ear right here is part Great Dane. And they said she might become 90 pounds. She weighs 11. So don't waste your money on DNA tests.
Yeah, because like I said, looking through the camera, I'd say there's schnauzer in her, but she looks a little more wiry than a lot of schnauzers are. That's my completely unprofessional. Yeah.
Well, we were told she was part Affenpinscher, possibly Cairn Terrier. We just don't know. That's why I did the test, and it came out also Pomeranian. I mean, she's just got everything in her. But I really don't see the Great Dane. Like that was one of the top 3.
No, that is really weird. So going with Terrier mix, that's always a good. Yeah, especially if they're small, Terrier mix. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Our mix, I don't know, we know he's Kelpie and Terrier. And then we have a purebred poodle, but he was also a rescue because I don't go looking for purebreds. They have more problems.
So special needs dogs are the best because they really appreciate you. I mean, I think rescues are great.
Yeah, but rescue people are insane. They are so bizarre.
I know.
Kim has brought up about the pizza, $4 at Walmart, but then that's not normal. That I could tell you. I mean, I've been into 90 stores in the last 6 weeks. 90 because I have the ability to shop all over. So yeah, that's not normal. Something's wrong there. Instacart. What I will say to you, let's say the pizza would be. I mean, I know because I can see the prices. It's normally no more than a 15, 20. So if the pizza would be $5, you wouldn't really be paying more than $6.25 for it, because I think they charge a $7.99 fee if it's below a certain amount, and then if it's a certain amount, they're working on small percentages. So I don't know where that. Yeah, I would definitely look into that. I mean, Walmart sometimes their prices are super low, so maybe it is a local issue with you that the store's charging that much. I don't know. Now,
That sounds like
Heather, I saw you looking down. Is there a dog there, or is Dwayne laying there without his pants?
cat. I have my daughter's cat on my lap. Ever since my daughter moved out, the cat forces me to give her attention. And this cat never paid any attention to me for, I don't know, she's like 6 or 7, and now I have to pet her. You, tell her she's a good cat and a pretty cat for any Star Trek fans.
Whatever stores are in your location, that's you don't have a choice, and you can't even pick your. I get it sometimes where people want to have me come, and you can't do that, because like I know what door to go to, or I put stuff on the porch, or I'm also good at replacing things without bothering them. Like for example, sometimes they'll want something that's a 40 unit and they don't have it, so that I just get 2 smaller units. Like for example, someone wanted a 30 tray of eggs last week. I didn't even call them up. I just gave them 3 dozen eggs. So yeah, they got 6 more eggs, but the situation in a lot of the grocery stores, a lot of stuff is there's definitely a supply problem with certain things. Sometimes they'll run out of certain things, and it may be another week. One of our stores, they're doing toilet paper that is only one size now and only 3 kinds. Instead of having, let's say, before they had 18 varieties, they might only have 3 or 4 varieties.
Oh,
wow. They're doing that with Doritos and different things like that.
So welcome, Suzuki. I don't know if I'm saying it right. I apologize if I butcher it. She is here with us this afternoon now, and she's from Japan. So welcome.
That's way cool.
That is awesome.
I'm in New York City.
I'm in Wisconsin.
See, I could
Where
even.
your ladies at?
I'm like King Kong. I could reach up and touch the building.
Oh, lordy. You are the only people left in the USA. Everyone else had a drunk of that. Disinfectant. Oh, Lord.
So you mean I'm not supposed to be swigging this in between?
Hey, here we go. Yeah, we're
Beth, where's your
you
pop?
don't have a fancy character in yours like we do.
Mine's in the other room.
When you're at your computer, Beth, and you're live, you gotta be prepared.
Go, Beth.
Sorry.
Okay,
take a shot of your sanitizer.
I've got alcohol up here.
What
No.
Jack Daniels?
No, rubbing alcohol.
Oh, okay.
But last night when we went to that restaurant, Heather, it was $20 for a quart of margaritas or $75 for a gallon. And there's 2 of us. We just said we just want a quart. And the lady goes, "Are you sure you don't want a gallon? It's only $75. I'm like, "No, we just want a quart." And she kept saying that over. And then when the guy came out to the window, to our door, he's like, "You sure you don't want a gallon? It's only $75. And I know they're trying to make money because they're struggling. But it was getting, that's the other thing I was getting irritated at. I'm like, there's 2 of us. We do not need a gallon of margaritas. You already have, the quart was strong enough. They put a lot of tequila in there. And I don't know.
We have a Mexican restaurant around the corner from us. So I'd never had a margarita before until it was like 2 years ago now, I think it was. They have Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. You buy a margarita, you get one free of the same size that you buy. I was yelling at them. I had two. That's it. That's all I had. And it was a medium-sized one. I was yelling at the moon to stop following me. I will not drink margaritas again.
One. You're only allowed one.
The second one was free. So, but it was good. It's just I was yelling at the moon to stop following me, and my kids were cracking up, laughing, thought it was the funniest thing. And yeah, that's for a show on Tommy's channel. That's a story for Tommy's channel. But yeah, I mean, I don't drink because I don't drink very often. I do drink, but I don't drink very often because it messes with my mental health. So I try not to drink.
Do we have to take the butter knife away from you when you're?
No, you just don't let me try to plug in my phone. Don't let me outside. Just keep me in a dark room. Yeah, my kids.
I don't have time to be hung over. I just don't have time to be hung over the next morning. I've got too much to do, and I mean that's one of the things I really think about when I drink is what do I have to do tomorrow? Do I really have time to be sluggish and hungover? No, I don't.
Yeah, see, for me, I don't know what it is, but Tommy could drink or somebody could come over and drink. Yeah, but if they are around me,
Amber,
the next morning, and I won't have a drop in my system, I will wake up with the hangover. Every time, it never fails. So
you have sympathetic hangovers?
Yeah.
Oh, it's horrible.
Sympathetic hangover syndrome, SHS. Write that down. You can make a t-shirt out of that.
All right. What is it now?
Sympathetic hangover syndrome.
I don't drink, so I don't have to worry about none of this.
I'm very...
Spell all that out for me because I can't figure out how to spell it.
Here,
I very rarely
put it in the side chat.
So usually, I'm like the next to non-drinker in the group here. So yeah, I'm with like company today. I average about an alcoholic beverage a month.
Oh, my boss gives me a bottle of wine practically every week, and stupid me, I have an automatic corkscrew. You plug it in. And I got the daggum cork stuck in it. Now I can't get it out, so I gotta get another. Yeah. We have a 4,500 bottle wine closet in my office.
Oh my!
So he'll go, our office actually used to be a very fancy restaurant, so we kept the wine closet. So he'll just go in there and say, "Go get you a bottle of wine for tonight. Go get you." He does that. He knows I love wine.
I've never seen anything like that in real life.
Hey, ladies, I'm going to step away. I just want to pop in and say hello.
Bye, Pat. It's great to see you.
Hey, Charlie.
Great to see you.
Keep hanging in there.
Appreciate it. And Heather, don't wait so long.
I know, right?
Yeah, I mean, Dwayne must be treating you good the last month because I didn't hear nothing. I mean, even once in a while, like I should get like a "Hey loser" type text or something.
No, Dwayne's got himself a girlfriend.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but he keeps her out in the garage.
Oh, well, then maybe if she's ugly, let her stay out there.
Is it a blow-up doll? What is it?
A project motorcycle.
Okay, I was going to say motorcycle.
Okay. I was going to say, what other woman would want to put up with him not wearing pants? And
he'll go without his shirt, but he at least has boxers on.
Yeah. Oh, that mental image now is going to be stuck in my head for the next couple hours.
You're welcome.
Yeah, thank you. Hey guys, thanks again. Destiny.
Bye, Pat.
Destiny.
Yes.
You're supposed to be one of the angels. You still are on the payroll, so report in for duty once in a while.
Will do.
Bye, girls.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
See you later, Pat.
Hey, Glenn. Welcome, Glenn.
Hey, Glenn.
Yeah, he took away my gun and gave me a butter knife when my spleen ruptured. So it's been this big joke. I'm only allowed to have a butter knife because I always hurt myself. So not that a butter knife would be any safer, but
Jesse, I'm going to take this time to say goodbye. I need to go to the post office.
all right,
And
thank
so
you for stopping, Beth, and hanging
it was
out.
great seeing you, and hopefully
Good to see you,
next
Beth.
week. Good to see y'all. Y'all have a great rest of the weekend.
You do
Paddle
the
on.
same.
Paddle on.
Bye.
Mm.
Well, hello, sir.
Oh, I don't know whether it's. Am I there? There I am. I've got that many windows open. I don't know what's what. There we go. There we go. Multitasking at its best. Right. So which one's this one? Right. Oh. So
Let's see. Okay.
Yeah,
I have an Ian. My oldest
An
son
Ian?
is Ian.
How is it spelt?
Same as yours.
Oh,
And
proper Ian.
I had a different name picked out for him. And then I woke up one morning and I called his father and I was like, his name's Ian, and
Right.
that's what we stuck with.
Do you know what that means?
John it's for John the Baptist.
It's similar to John in Scottish, yeah. But the actual name that it goes back in history means creation of God.
And very cool.
That's
so my name is
there you go.
my middle
Can't
name.
get better than that, really, can you?
My middle name's Jeanette. So Heather Jeanette.
John.
And and my great grandmother's family came over from Scotland in the late 1800s. And so Jeanette has been passed down, and then I passed it along to my daughter. But there's Jeanette's buried in Scotland, so it's it started long before it came here.
It's a fairly popular name in England and Scotland. That.
Yeah, and so two N's, two T's. The spelling of mine.
There are variations throughout. I mean, it's like Ian, for example, in Scotland. That's I-A-I-N.
Yeah, I
which
saw
is
that.
The old Celtic version.
And when my son was in preschool, his name being 3 letters long, because he was supposed to practice writing his name every day, and he started writing it upside down and backwards just because that's so him. Yeah.
Well, I mean, when I first started writing my name, I spelt it phonetically. So it was E-A-N.
Yeah, it's surprising how many people here don't know how to say it when they see it written down.
Yeah, I've noticed in America some people don't get how to say my name. They say Ian.
Yep, that's exactly, yeah.
No, it's Ian.
And see, my
a little bit like I suppose an equivalent in Europe would be Ivan.
I can't
Ivan.
read.
Yeah.
I can't read people's names very well.
Oh, I know, I struggle too. But
I always butcher somebody's name one way or another. I had to look up the meaning of my name because I kind of know it. But it says that the meaning of destiny is certain fate, certain fortune or fate in the mythology Greek god of fate. So I'm a
fated
mythology.
I'm a weed.
Ever.
Yes.
I suppose it's, in certain aspects it's considered to be a weed, isn't it?
Well, you know,
Over years it has been used out of the context of being a weed. It's a plant that's always been used ever for all sorts of things, medicinal purposes.
It's an invasive species that can survive in a variety of terrain. I'm like, that fits. Yeah, I'll accept that. I'll go with it.
It's very hardy. It can,
Dang
can
it!
survive
I wish it was a little more
in
hardy.
areas where most plants can't.
So where are you? Where are you at, Ian?
I'm in God's own county, Yorkshire, England.
Okay.
That's what they call it, Yorkshire.
Okay. I've heard of that. I couldn't tell you where it is, but I've heard of it.
It's in the middle of, you know, that island that we call Britain.
Well, yes, I knew that. Yes, I knew that.
Well, some people don't, because it's very complicated. There's the British Isles, and there's the UK, and there's England, and there's Wales and Scotland and Ireland. What are all there? Are they all the same? No. Certain parts are not part of Britain. Certain parts are not part of UK. So it's a bit more complicated than just saying, oh, it's there and it's England. A lot of Americans think that people who come from England are from London.
Sure, yeah. Well, it's kind of like how, you know, New York and San Francisco are by each other.
Well, kind of. They're only separated by about maybe 3,000 miles.
I think more than that.
Is it? I don't know.
I do believe so.
Between Britain and the east coast of America, it's 3,000 miles.
So
yeah, I'm going on that kind of ratio. I don't know if it's 3,000.
I want to go to Scotland someday. My oldest son, Ian, he's going to Scotland this summer, hopefully. I don't know. I have to ask him if it's still planned. He's supposed to go with his in-laws, but that's always something I've wanted to do. One of the biggest things, though, is having to be in an airplane for that long. It just, ick.
Well, coming this way, it's quicker.
And do what?
Coming this way, it's quicker, because you get sucked by jet stream. Going back towards America, you've got to fight against the jet stream, so it's slower. There you go.
I didn't know that. And I have never been out of the United States.
Me neither. I want to go to Ireland, and I want to go to Scotland, and I want to go to England because I have family all in that area, mostly from Ireland though. And I want to go to Australia, but I don't do good in close places.
just news. There is one good thing about this coronavirus thing, right? Do you know what they've done in Ireland? Right, they're not opening the pubs for people generally to go into, but what you can do, they've actually opened these bars where you can order over the phone a pint of Guinness, and they'll come and bring it to your house. How good is that?
Okay, it is 2,572 miles from it to travel by air from New York to San Francisco.
Is it 2,000 short of 3,000 miles then?
And so I was thinking it was more distance. Driving, of course, would be different.
Oh yeah, I mean it's a bit of a windy road. You've got to go through all them windy roads.
Yeah.
So yeah, but by flying straight, it's round about the same distance as we would have to travel to east of the United States from Europe.
Okay, so if you want to drive it, it's 2,902 miles. So
Still a lot of money. Well, put it this way,
yeah.
that would be like going from bottom of England right to top of Scotland 3 times.
Wow.
And believe me, a journey like that can take over 24 hours just to get from the bottom to the top.
Oh, you know what else? I own a square foot of somewhere in Scotland. Yeah, my daughter got that for me for my birthday a few years back.
Oh,
Yes.
That's cool.
And I even have a
our
car.
country, you know.
And
Look after it.
here, look, I
It's
have
still alive.
who?
It's delicate, our grass. It needs watering regularly.
And I don't know that I know what it is.
What, the grass?
Oh, like lawn?
Your lawn, yeah.
You mean what the middle class uses to measure their success by?
No, grass. You know, you said you've got a little piece of.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I have no idea what it looks like. I need to go see it.
It's actually in Scotland. You bought it. You are a landowner.
Online.
Online?
Yeah, square foot.
A square foot of Scotland.
Yes.
All right.
And
Are you sure? Are you sure somebody could try selling you a bit of moon?
Wait a basically, but hang on.
Okay, real quick in chat. So Dwayne says, my name is Dwayne. Okay, and his name means little and dark.
Little and dark.
And Sonia, is it Sonia or Sonia? I always mess it up, and I apologize. Her name means wisdom.
Oh.
And does anybody else in chat know what their name means?
Wisdom. It means, well, if you take it literally, it means practical use of knowledge.
She's a smart lady. Smart lady. Okay, so Dwayne said, yes, she bought a square foot of a castle ground. Oh, nice.
From actual owners? Or were it some scam merchant?
I'm
Because
looking.
she tried selling me Brooklyn Bridge over week.
I got injured as I was digging through a drawer.
Uh-oh, you're not supposed to do that. And Sonia says, Destiny, if you come to Australia, come in winter. It's not as hot. So that's good travel advice. I look.
When you're talking about not as hot, that means it's 40 degrees.
Yeah, I like dry heat. I don't like the humidity.
Mrs. Jackson comes from a place just next to where Australia is, called the Philippines, and their winter weather is like 40 degrees.
Oh wow!
We're talking Celsius, right?
Yeah, what you're considered to be hot?
Well, we go by Fahrenheit.
Fahrenheit, yeah. 40 degrees Fahrenheit.
I'm fine until it gets to be like 90 degrees Fahrenheit. But
I don't know. Then it must be other one then. It must be centigrade.
Yeah, Dwayne can do those conversions in his head. I have to go online and look it up.
Well, we've done away with all these measurements. We just say it's hot.
And
as a classic TV program in the UK used to say, it's Scotchio. It's like it's a comedy version, a like a weather presenter in Spain. Well, it's always hot in Spain, so they just go, "It's Scotchio," as in scorching hot. Scotchio. Really funny.
I can't find my paperwork. I have clutter everywhere. Here, I just organized my room, and that's something I don't know where it is.
I'm just coming down from a live stream, so I'm like packing everything away and getting my desk back to some sort of normality. So it's cleaning up time.
Oh yeah, I have no. Hey, Dwayne, what's 50 to 60 degrees in Australia summer? She doesn't know what that is in Fahrenheit.
60 degrees. I don't know.
And so I just asked Sonia when her winter is, because
During our summer.
She's coming up. She's Southern Hemisphere.
Yeah.
They're coming up to their winter now.
I don't know if it's true or not, but supposedly their water swirls a different direction in their toilets.
I think actually, yeah. Well, not necessarily in the toilet, but it circulates in Southern Hemisphere.
Okay.
My sister told me that, but I don't know if it's true.
It all depends on which way it pushes. In the first place, you can make water circulate in whatever direction you want. It goes in the least amount of resistance.
Sure.
Water. So if you angle it at a certain direction, regardless of what part of the world you are, it's going to go in that direction because pressure is forcing it. It will slow down eventually.
Hey, that's what my sister told me. So,
well, it might be the case, but I think in a man-made environment, you can make it do whatever you want. But in the Southern Hemisphere, the undercurrent of the world's water, it's the opposite way around. So.
Yeah, I don't care which way the water goes, as long as I don't open up the toilet lid and see a spider or a snake, we're good.
But still, I mean, in America, there's a grand likelihood that you'd have a baby crocodile in it or something.
Yeah, I'm good. As long as I open it up and there's nothing inside there, we're good. I don't care which way the water goes.
I think in Australia you might actually find some crocodiles as well. Although, what are the crocodiles or are the alligators?
Yeah, there used to be the whole thing about alligators in the sewer, but they have to have sun, to help regulate their temperature, so they'd never survive in a sewer. Yeah, not to mention nothing good.
There might be low temperature alligators or something like that, because there's got to be some alligators that don't get an awful lot of sun.
In Florida, they do.
Oh, yeah. I mean, alligators walk around with Ray-Bans on, and
there you go.
I'm happy.
And on the sunblock.
I don't care for either one of those crocodiles or alligators. I've
only seen ones in the zoo. The alligators and crocodiles run rather thin in the state of Utah.
I was born in Florida. I remember going to some family's house that lived on a lake, and I'm sure I've said this before, but the neighbors' dogs would disappear when they would let them out, and they'd go and get new dogs. So crocodiles, alligators in the lake, you think you should watch your animals when you let them out.
That's like when you have a small animal, cat or small dog in Alaska, how they get taken away by birds of prey.
Yeah. So yeah, I've seen a dog get eaten by
So what you
That's
do is
really horrible. I don't
you
think
get-
I'd ever recover from that.
yeah, I'm very much like with our birds and our animals, I'm very much like protective of them. And
Understandable.
I'm not sure, but they're my babies and I don't want to see them disappear like that. Hello,
You know,
Emma. Welcome, welcome.
my dog that never runs away took off a couple days ago, and I was out wandering around looking for him, and I went down the street and around the corner, and there was a lady in her car. You know, she's in her driveway, like just got home, and she's like, "Are you looking for a dog?" I'm, yes. And I'm like, I don't know what possessed him to take off. I don't even know how he got out. But I was in the shower, and as my neighbor said, maybe he's tired of the quarantine, so he decided to go looking for love.
Yeah. Okay, so I said that not necessarily in the toilet that I'd have to worry about. It's down the drain. I believe is what she's saying. Yeah.
I once had a tortoise that once tried to escape, but it didn't get very far. Every few days it tried to escape, but we knew because they've only got a limited amount of energy that they can, even if it's running as fast as it can only go so far, and then it goes, oh, I've had enough. It's like, oh.
That sounds like me when I'm trying to run.
Into its little shell, and you'll find it down road. Ah, there you are. And you pick it up and take it back home.
Okay, so earlier today, my son rescued a bug.
A what? A
A
bug?
bug.
An insect?
Okay.
Bug.
A bug, a beetle.
An insect.
Yes.
An insect. A bug.
And let me tell you, he freaked me out with it. And I don't know about anybody else. Like, one of my triggers is for my mental health, like set my anxiety to go, is taking a bug and sticking it in my face.
Oh.
Okay.
Maybe you need a little bit of aversion therapy. Have you I've been to like a tropical thing, right? And they put a millipede on you, and they let it walk up you. It got a gigantic millipede.
I would die.
Yeah, but after you've done it, you realise that it's not going to hurt you, and then you get a sense of reality.
Yeah, they say earwigs don't go in your ear either, and I had one of those. It's just a name they came up with for it. I had one. No.
They'll go wherever they think they're going to get warm. So of course they might go in your ears, but the likelihood of an earwig going in your ear is 1 in a billion.
Yeah, well, I obviously was that 1 in a billion because it did damage to my eardrum. Yeah, it was bad. I was little in that.
Probably just go in and think, you know what, I'm not really keen on being in here, and then pop back out before you even know that they're in.
Well, not this one.
Had an earwig in their ears.
Yeah, it's like some name or whatever. It was on one of the Star Trek movies.
Wrath of Khan.
And they put it in his ear. Yeah, to make him do what he loved.
I actually had one of those suckers in my ear when I was little. Welcome to my
your thoughts, at least.
Yeah, so since that day, I have had issues with bugs, and he goes and sticks in it. Mom, look, it's really pretty green. So I was like,
is anybody noticing what's on the wall behind me?
I can see some sort of. Oh, it's an Enterprise.
Yes.
That's
which
awesome.
one? Come on, which one? Are you a proper Trekkie? Which one? Oh, we've got her now.
And
She's got to think.
let's see, it's NCC 1701. But as far as the letter
old.
goes,
Does it have a D on it?
is it D?
Does it have a D or an E?
No. It doesn't say which one. I'd have to.
I can't see it really from it.
Yeah, I'd
Oh,
have to go
because it's
online and look it up and see which
I
one
used to make virtual models of enterprises and things like that. I used to love doing that.
Cool. And let's see if I have somewhere floating around. I have a ship from just a little game piece. But yeah, I just started season 4 of Next Gen last night.
What, are you binge watching it from Netflix or something?
And yeah, this is not my first time to watch it.
On our regular TV, we're just coming to end of Voyager. In fact, next week is the 2-part episode of the end.
You know, have you seen the end before?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, it's a bit. I know, but at least it's the end.
Your hopes up.
That last series was one series too long for me, to be honest with you.
Voyager.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, once they started just obsessing over 7 of 9, it got really boring for me.
Yeah.
But I have yet to see Discovery or Picard.
I haven't seen Picard. I think I've seen first series of Discovery.
I saw a couple of episodes of it that I pirated, but that's it.
It's a slow burner. This first series.
That's what I've heard.
You got to be patient with it. It does build up to a decent ending, though.
And yeah, I heard that the first couple of episodes of Discovery described as being a trailer for the show.
Yeah. It didn't have any real direction first couple of episodes, but series starts to form a bit later. Yeah. But I'm told the second and third series are quite good.
You know, I was way disappointed when Enterprise. It was just starting to figure things out when it got canceled.
Yeah, it was good, that, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It just stopped at an abrupt point.
Yep, and that all had to do with, things higher up than them. Why it got canceled. So.
Oh, we're not boring. You're talking about all these sci-fi stuff.
Like Firefly, how it got canceled, and it was going.
I was so upset about that. I didn't know. Like, I learned about that show after it was already canceled, but I didn't know that it was canceled. And I started watching. I'm like, okay, there's more. And then I was like,
disappointment. Yes, yeah, that was super sad.
I've never actually got to see the actual. I've seen the film that it's based on it. I don't know what kind of reflection that is of the actual thing, but
good, I'd say, and it's a fun adventure, and then it just ends.
I'm still trying to figure out all these different Prometheus things and all that sort of. I'm so confused in timeline where we are now. We aliens. Here we go. Let me show you what I've been doing today. I did a live stream today, so I'm just recovering from it. If I can find it.
Me a little bit after I've gone live. Like, there are times where my anxiety gets the better of me after I'm done being live, and so it usually takes me till Sunday for my anxiety to go down. And then other Saturdays that I do the live, I don't have any anxiety going on. I don't know why that is though.
That is very interesting. Does it have anything to do with like maybe subjects that are brought up?
It could. It very well could. It's
it's happening and stress into it when you're live.
And because I saw a friend earlier this week that I haven't seen for like a year. We've texted off and on. Anyway, I talked to her for a couple of hours, and she's gone through a lot. She's just, I don't, when you've known someone for a couple of decades, things happen. People change. But anyway, I walked away from that conversation thinking maybe I needed some therapy. We used to get together and laugh, and it wasn't like that all the time. And I don't know. When you walk away from a situation and you don't know what you're supposed to take with you from it.
Right. Yeah, exactly. There are people that trigger my anxiety and my PTSD, and it's I haven't quite figured out how to cope with it yet. And so with Tommy, he can always tell after a live which direction I'm going to go in. Am I going to be good, or am I going to be in a different place than when I started? And sometimes it gets frustrating for him when I do these and I go in the direction of where my anxiety flares up, my PTS is kicked in. But at the same time, he knows that I need to do this for myself. Otherwise, it could be 100 times worse. And so, I really enjoy doing these Saturday lives. They help me. They're my form of therapy from the week. And a lot of times it sounds like when I'm updating at the beginning, sometimes it seems like it's nothing but horrible things that I've gone through that week. But it's usually, I try to explain that, I had maybe 2 bad days out of the whole week, or, I'm just trying to do, share what I went through and stuff like that. And I actually had somebody tell me that I spilled, or how did they word it? I give up too much of my personal struggles while doing this, and I need to stop airing out my dirty laundry.
Oh, okay. Because I was wondering what exactly they meant by saying that. Because I was thinking that could mean a few different things. But so basically, they were telling you that you are the office overshare.
Yeah, but the thing is this is what the channel's about. I want people to know they're not alone. If I'm struggling with it, or I struggled with it this week, I know somebody else is out there, struggling. I want to show that I made it through. There is light at the end of the tunnel.
I need to go open the front door. One quick second.
Okay, sounds good. So if anybody needs somebody to talk to, my email is down below. Feel free to email me. You can find me on Facebook at the Shamrock Pixie. It's my fan page, and then I have Instagram, Twitter. It's all the Shamrock Pixie, and so you can find me any of those places there. So, but if don't feel like you're being a nuisance if you need to talk to somebody, because that's what this is for. This is for you guys just as much as it is for me. And so just hit me up. I don't want people to suffer alone. Just message me, talk to me. I'm here. I can tell if I've been through it or not.
I think that takes a lot of balls for someone to make that kind of a comment. that, you know, you have your show going on and someone feels like it's their duty to let you know that you're doing it wrong. Who are they to make this judgment?
The thing is people are gonna have haters. They're going to have people that no matter what you do, you're never going to be good enough.
Yeah.
And that's okay. That is perfectly okay. They're going to feel the way they feel, and I feel that I'm doing what I need to do. They can give me their 2 cents, doesn't mean I'm going to listen. You know,
I have never understood, and I would like to think that I am not this kind of person, but the need that some people, there went Dwayne without a shirt on. The need that some people feel to let others know that they are in the wrong. It's got to be some kind of ego boost for another person. Yeah. You know, even when my children were young, I tried really hard to, you know, say they did something I was very unhappy about. It took a lot of practice, but I learned that it wasn't about me, and that once you lose your temper, you lose the situation. It's you know, you've lost control. You know, and for children, it's simply about learning, and because being told that you're doing it wrong when that is based on opinion, no fact behind it, it really does wear on the self-esteem.
It does. You know, and the thing is if you really want to tell somebody that they're airing out their dirty laundry and they need to stop, why don't you use your real name instead of using a fake name and acting like a child, you know?
And even better yet, just go
Because they're
away.
hiding behind ambiguity, that's why.
Yeah, people, I'm not forcing anybody to sit here on Saturdays with me and watch. You know, I'm just being here and sharing what I'm going through. And
cornered someone at the grocery store and sharing your life story.
right? You know, I mean, it is what it is. Hello, Wendy, welcome. Hello, Cliff, welcome, welcome. You know, and that's the thing. You know, it is what it is.
There's some people who for whatever reason, they see other people doing something that's good, and because they don't want to do the hard work of doing that, they pull them down so that they don't have to do the good thing that other person's doing. Do you get that?
Yeah. Yep.
It's it's kind of well, I can't be bothered, so but you're making me look silly, so I'm going to make you look silly so that I don't have to do it.
Yeah,
and that's what a lot of people do.
My panel, you know, is open to everybody to share their story. Come on, talk about whatever, you know, whatever people come on, or whenever people come on, we will talk about whatever people are comfortable talking about. And sometimes it doesn't even feel like it's a mental health live, but it is, because people are sharing, expressing, you know, talking about things that are bothering them. And I absolutely love the fact that when, you know, people come on, you know, they have things that are running through their head and they share it. And that, to me, that's great. That is great. Instead of bottling it up and waiting for the bottle to explode, they share what's going on. And it doesn't even have to be strictly about mental health. It's whatever is going on in your head, come share it. That's what we're here for. We're here for each other. And there are some people out there that just can't handle that, and that's okay too, you know. To each their own, but I'm still going to be here doing this live for people so that they have a safe place to be. And if we end up with trolls, if we end up with people who are very nasty, they're just going to be removed so that they can't hurt anybody that's in my chat. That
Well, you got
rules that I set down. You know, you want to be negative, you're not going to be negative here very long because you will be removed.
Somewhere else. You don't need that
you've got
energy.
plenty enough. You've got plenty enough mods on your thing, and if they know the job, they can get kicked off before they even get on screen.
Exactly.
So
And that's what I love.
they're not learning. They're not going to gain anything because they're not going to actually get into the chat.
Exactly. And then, you know, in the back area of StreamYard, you know, if I don't see your face, you don't get in. You get booted. Thank you, Glenn, for stopping by. Much love, my friend. Have a wonderful rest of your Saturday. Thank you for stopping by.
Well, you know, I have a neighbor that I do very much like, but oftentimes conversations with her can end in her view through her faith, which I am not going to judge anybody on their belief system. But sometimes I walk away with a little bit of overload from that. And it's not just because it's religion. It's just, I think, too much energy thrown around. And that happens to be the influencing, you know, topic. And yeah, if I'm not in the right frame of mind when I'm around her, it is draining.
I mean, just not that we're wanting to go into any religious debate or anything like that, but if you're talking to somebody about your any belief, and we're not just talking about belief in God, or if I were to talk to you about my belief in the Earth being flat, for example, I'm just using that as an example. Right?
That's a great example.
Yeah, we know, but I'm using that as an hyperbole, right?
Yeah.
My passionate belief, right? I've got to be careful that I'm not overloading you you know, because I'm not getting the message over. It's much better to be reasonable about what you're saying about your beliefs.
Absolutely.
And so that it has a positive effect on you as a person, right? Rather than keep hammering it home. We all know as Christian faiths and all that sort of stuff. We know that we were brought up with it, vast majority of people. What we don't want is somebody like overemphasizing it, because that ends up being a really poor. It's like more of a burden on top of you.
That you are saying exactly what I'm feeling. Yes. And,
especially that doesn't necessarily have a belief of any, you know, if you're considered like a atheist in your general attitude, it can be even more crushing. Like it's almost putting, oh, look at you, you're a low life, and you should never do that with anybody of any level of faith or belief.
Yeah. And you know, my thing always comes down to there is no winning when you're discussing something that can neither be proven nor disproven. And so feeling it fine, but getting too intense with people who are not of like mind, then all you're doing is alienating them.
Well, that's it. All we can do in life is bridge build. If that bridge build keeps being knocked down, then there's nothing you can do about it. You're probably not the type of person to be. There's an old biblical saying, actually: "Bad association spoils a useful habit."
And right there with you, Sonia.
Yeah. She says, I have a friend who is very negative, who I have to limit my conversations with, and my time, I'm not in a good place. You know, I want to touch base on that, because that is a really good point. when Tommy and I got together, I was that negative person. I was always negative, but my mental health was not where it is now. It was very, very bad at that point. I wasn't leaving the house. I wasn't doing a whole lot of stuff. So everything, I was very negative. And I have worked very, very hard since Tommy and I got together because he pointed out, nobody pointed it out to me. Nobody ever pointed it out to me. And so I didn't realize that's what I was doing. And it takes a long time to overcome it, to not be that negative person. But I was there. I know what it's like. I had no idea. So when Tommy pointed it out, I was like, nah. And then it made me listen to myself when I talk. There are still times where there are certain topics where I'm very negative about the situation.
We all have those.
But I was that person where, and I did not realize it. And so maybe if you tell that person that, you know, you have to be brutally honest with a lot of people that are like that, and it'll go either which way. Either it'll be a good thing and they'll want to change, or they'll be like, nope, I'm not going to be your friend because you don't want to hear my negativity. Either way, it's going to go in the direction that it's meant to go. But growing up, I was always positive. I was always happy. I was always, I always had a smile on my face. Nothing could ever get me down. No matter what happened, I was always in a good mood. Then as I got older, I went through the domestic abuse. I closed myself off. I lost who I originally was during that whole thing. And it took Tommy saying, hey, you're way too negative, right? And I was like, oh, I'm not. I was no, I'm not. You're making it up, until I started listening to myself.
So it sounds
to people.
To me like you went through a spiritual death and had to find your way back.
Right. And it is a long process.
It is.
But I at least know that that's where I was. And I can look at myself now. And like I said, there are still certain topics where I feel very negative about it. But I have to work that out inside my head before I open my mouth. And a lot of times I'll open my mouth and catch myself talking like that and be like, whoop, reel that back in, girl, reel it back in. And so that's something about me that I haven't talked about before, but that was a very good thing to bring up. You are going to have negative people no matter what. You just have to put them on blast to their face and see which direction they're going to go, because it's hard. Oh, okay. So she said, I have told her that she is very negative and that she sometimes puts my mental health in a bad spot. She is working on it and appreciates my honesty. She had a pretty rough time herself. See,
so she's an emotional vampire, this friend.
Yeah.
She sucks energy out of other people, I bet.
I think society presses this on us, but do you think that we're too flippant with the word friend?
Yeah.
Right. Listen, my friends who know me intimately, who are with me on a regular basis, know how far they can push me. They know how far, what I'm able to stand, what I'm not able to stand. And they are friends. They are life friends. The vast majority of other people who I come across are acquaintances. They don't know me as a person. And you've got to be very guarded and careful with individuals on that level, because you don't know what they're like. So I think we just because we've known somebody for a few years, or we might have bumped into him in a park once. Oh, you're a friend. We can talk. The guards go down, and
Yeah.
then you're open to their vampirism.
Yes. Yeah. I that happens to me a lot in life. That's just kind of my lot in life. Like Dwayne says, I can stand behind someone in the checkout line at the grocery store, and by the time we're through, I've heard their life story.
There's
And
nothing wrong with being sociable. That's great, but you don't have to be intimately involved with people that you not become intimately associated with.
or if you have been very close with someone,
Mhm.
knowing when it's time to take a step back, not that you have stopped loving the
Oh
person,
yeah.
but you just don't know. You can't help them carry their burden. It's more than,
Mm.
there are times,
But
absolutely, yes, when you can help someone.
as a counter to that, though, don't always be a fair weather friend. Just be there
Yeah,
for them when everything's
yeah.
nice and breezy.
And I think that
Sometimes you have to stand up and defend somebody in hard times.
I think a lot of it
It's
has to do
difficult, isn't it, in that sense? When do
just
you back
because
off? When do you stay there with them?
you can be going through a hard time and
Mm.
still choose not to mistreat those in your life. Yeah, that is
Well,
a choice.
I mean, I will go a step further than that and say, just because you're going through a hard time, it don't mean to say everybody else should
Yeah, suffer with you.
suffer with you. At the
Yeah,
end of the day, you might be wrecking a perfectly good person's life by pushing your emotional turmoil. And that emotional turmoil might be nothing whatsoever. Something that's like, why have you burdened us with this insignificant problem?
yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah,
Fair enough, it might be in your own mind that it's like the worst thing that could have ever have happened in the history of uh, all existence. But to most other people, they might take it in context that it's nothing, no big deal. And so when you like put that extra burden of your emotions on them, you could actually push them over edge because they're dealing with their own emotional issues.
hmm
So we've got to be very careful about when we actually speak to anybody about his emotions. I'm not saying that we shouldn't, but we've got to know and be able to know that that person is able to react properly to our emotions.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, absolutely. That's my oldest sister and I are very close, and we can call each other and have something that we're unhappy about, and we share it, and we'll talk about it, and by the end of the phone call we'll be laughing over
Mhm.
things, and um that is a gift that she and I give each other, is being able to do that for one another. And even though we share our problems, I don't feel that we do it in a draining. I don't feel like she's draining me, and I've asked her, and she's feels the same way. That just because we're sharing doesn't mean we're sucking the life out of the other person. And then if it's someone who you can maybe not laugh over the situation you're frustrated about, but find something to laugh about, lighten your mood, and then and that so often helps you then go back to the thing that you're frustrated over and come at it from a different angle, perhaps a different attitude at least.
I'll
Right.
give you an example of how that works, right? Mrs. Jackson, she's a really good cook. She can cook absolutely. Everybody says her food's absolutely phenomenal, right? But put her in a situation where she's got to cater for several people and she's under pressure, and she goes to pieces. So she needs me there, who can't even burn toast right, to talk her through all the processes that she needs to do.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the way she's already got in her what she's capable of doing. She just needs somebody there to make her believe that she can do it. And that's what a person who talks to you should do. It should always come from that person originally, not the person who's talking to you. They're just coaching you and helping you to do what you should be doing.
Amy says she puts herself in timeout sometimes. I would love to put myself in timeout sometimes, but sometimes it's really hard to like walk away when things are going wrong. And I never get to have an area for a timeout because my kids are always right there.
The day will come that you can do that.
Right? I will go into the bathroom and shut the door, and there's a knock on the door. I'm like,
Yeah.
Mommy needs a minute. And they're like, Mom. But they're 12 and 14. So, yeah, they never grew out of that whole let Mommy have a few minutes so she can breathe moment. They don't let me do that a lot of times. And heaven forbid, if Tommy is home downstairs trying to work, they do the same thing to him. Every 5 minutes they're coming down, Dad. So, yeah, I love my kids, but they're sassy sometimes.
If you think about the society that we've got now, the nuclear family that we've got, at one time of day, that family wouldn't have talked about any kind of anxiety. They would have just had a stiff upper lip and just got on with it and just curled up in a ball privately somewhere. Well, we don't do that. We talk about as anxieties now, and that's something that we're all having to learn to express. And it's not it don't come to everybody that as easy as it does. So, some people can talk about their anxiety until they're blue in the face and drop dead. I mean, they can constantly go on about their anxieties, and yet some people very, very rarely speak of their own anxieties. So, but we're all learning to cope with and learn how to deal with others. It's a big learning curve this now in society. So we've all got to get used to it and be a bit more resilient both ways.
How people used to keep quiet, about whatever emotional issues, and and many people are still that way. But unless you basically pull it out of yourself, put it out front of you where you can look at it, make decisions, you have to face it. And you just live in denial.
Unless it's a life issue that's there with you all the time. A lot of stress-based issues can be there one minute and gone the next. So sometimes you have to wait it out sometimes, don't you?
Yeah.
So we have somebody new in chat. Welcome. He has a 3-part question that we might be able to help shine some light on. And then after this, I think we're going to go. We've been on for over 2.5 hours, but I wanted to touch base with this person so that we can maybe try to help, maybe give them some perspective of if we've been through it or whatever. This is one of 3. Hey, so recently been broken up with from this girl because of petty arguments. She wanted to be friends, but it just didn't work out for me, and we argued again because I just couldn't do that. Now she doesn't want to talk at all because in a way I have proven that she was right with the arguing. Should I leave her or start no contact? And then they say I've apologized to her and told her my clear intentions of not being able to be friends.
Can I go first with this from a man's viewpoint?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Right. From a guy's viewpoint here, if she's not wanting that level of relationship, then it's not worth putting the emotional energy into it. You'll find somebody who will want to attach to you in that level at some point, but don't be stressed out about that. Literally, it's not. It really isn't worth all the emotional anxiety. Look, I mean, there's been lots of girls in my life that I thought, oh, I'd love to go out with her. She's got all these lovely personality traits and pretty girl, blah, 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 all that sort of stuff. But at the end of the day, if you don't gel together as a couple, then what's the point getting together?
Right. And with her, wanting to stay friends, but you didn't feel comfortable being friends. You need to go with how you feel, because it doesn't matter what the other person feels. You have to put yourself first. And if you feel that not being friends is the way to go, there's obviously a reason for that. There's obviously a reason you feel that way. And sometimes if you're in a relationship, a lot of times, and this is just from my personal experience, I've had relationships where we were better friends, boyfriend and girlfriend, and I've had relationships where we were friends, started dating, and now I had nothing to do with them because it was not a good mix.
If they're not going to be civil with you, then fair enough. But if you can find a way of being civil and friends at a different level that you're both mutually happy with, then that's great. That's best case scenario. But if they're not happy to actually do that, then the best thing to do is to back away from them and not associate with them at all.
No, go with your gut feeling. My mama always told me, you always want to go with your gut feeling because your gut's going to tell you before the rest of you is going to tell you that something may be good or may not be good.
Yeah.
Just listen to your gut feeling. What do you think, Heather?
So I have, sorry, I'm tangled up in my cord there. I have a very hard time becoming attached to people. I do not get attached easily. So especially at this point in my life, if I'm not getting what I need from a relationship, I just walk away. My life experiences have led me to the point of, unless you're getting something positive out of it, it's not worth it. So, yeah, and like I said, you can still care about the person. I've done a relation, your level of interaction, your relationship, and that doesn't always go with how you feel about the person in general. And so, yeah, you can still care about them, but just walk away. And it doesn't mean that you refuse to ever talk to them. It just means that you're no longer available to be their emotional punching bag.
Yeah, exactly.
I've had girlfriends in the past and female friends who are just female friends. Just because I'm now married to my wife, it doesn't mean to say that I automatically stop thinking about those individuals. Think, oh, how's so and so doing? See them walking down the road with the kids. Great, they've got their own lives. You don't stop. You don't automatically stop thinking about people. That's they are a part of your stepping stone of life.
Oh,
don't mean to say that you've got to. Don't mean to say that you've got to shoot yourself off bridge just because you've been scorned from one person's. Your name is COD, and just take into it. It's what is it? Addictive COD. What I'll say to you is, there's plenty more fish in the sea.
Another thing is, don't let your self-esteem be wrapped up in how somebody else feels.
No.
It's not easy when somebody like pushes you back if you're romantically inclined towards them. It's a knock on the chin, but you've got to stand up and be a man and say, oh well, fair enough, I had to go. You can try. You know.
Yeah.
What's
yeah,
a man supposed to do? I know a girl who really liked this friend of mine, right? And he would never go up and tell her what he thought about her, even though he actually liked her. And they both ended up apart from one another and having completely separate lives. Who would have thought if he'd have been brave enough to go up to that girl and say, do you know, I actually like you? But he was crushed. He was crushed about going up and asking her.
In England, say the word fancy. I fancy you.
Well, that's what he wouldn't. He couldn't. He felt crushed inside of himself when he was around her. So that were it. It never happened, and it just so happened that I was talking to this girl at this one point, and she told me how much she liked him. But this was years later, once she was married. So, not that she likes him now, obviously, but she liked him at that point. And but there you go. As a man, if you don't go up and you don't take the bull by the horns, you'll never get the bull.
This is true. Yes.
Right. All right. So I hope this helps. If you need to chat, my email's down below. You can find any of us online. And I think we're going to head out. Somebody is pounding on my door again. So with that, I'm going to head out. Thank you for joining me today, both of you.
Absolutely.
See you next Saturday at 11 a.m. Central Time for another mental health live chat. And Monday, so Tommy, real quick, Tommy and I started a morning show on Tommy's channel, The Bargain Effect. Let me pull his channel up. It's Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And it's just whatever morning type. We're just having coffee and talking about whatever. So if you guys would like to head over there, it's kind of a wild and crazy type live. We never know what's going to happen. It just all depends on where the subject goes. But if you guys could subscribe to him and wait for, we're still playing with the time. It will be in the AM. So if you guys could head over and show some love to his page, that's where I am Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. And I also go on when I have some time, Margus R's YouTube channel. So head over there. They're pretty awesome ladies over there as well. With that, I think we're going to head out because this pounding door thing is driving me nuts and it's something just fell over. So with that, much love. Have a beautiful rest of your week, and we will see you next time.
Have a good week.
Bye.